Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all keeping well. Well, another week, another game, and for those of you that saw my game from Derby earlier on this week, I was so hoping for a better game than I had at Derby. And it was a better game. My Wi-Fi worked, which was the main thing. I was so worried that it was going to kick up again, but it didn't. All that was fine, so Lord knows what was up with that. But anyway, we keep strolling on. Yeah, I was hoping for a better game at Rotherham. Now, they've just been relegated last season, obviously into League One. And I was hoping for a better game, and I thought Bristol Rovers were coming up. They had quite a good season last season, and I was really hoping for a good game. 0-0. These bad games just, it seems to be, I think we all go through phases where we're so keen to have a good game and get some goals and capture some brilliant celebrations and stuff happening on the bench, and it was a drab old 0-0. But I got some nice action, and I got a full set. I got there about 11:30, I think. Crikey, I think the lads were saying, "Crikey, what have you done? You're here early." But it was nice to get there nice and early. I got all my GV shots done and my match day programme done and that. And then I had a bit of time to go outside and yeah, get some nice stuff of the fans arriving, which you'll see in a minute. But yeah, totally the opposite really, to get into Derby late and missing half of it, and then my Wi-Fi going wrong. But anyway, right, let's show you the set. It's still worth looking at, and without further ado, let's jump into the laptop. Right, kicking off then, nice programme shot, match day programme shot. I always like to document what's on the front of the programme. And I got my 70 to 200. I daren't go on the grass. Usually if I can reach and put the match day programme on the net or something like that, I'll do that, because it makes a nice backdrop and a lovely depth. But I daren't going on, I don't like going on the grass before a game. I absolutely, I did it my very first game for Action Plus down at Southampton. I'd just come from shooting at Eastleigh, where I was allowed on the pitch, I was allowed to go everywhere, totally uneducated. I only wandered into the 5-yard box and was getting the digital screen that was behind the goal. I was in the goal mouth and I got this almighty great rollicking off one of the groundsmen. "Oi, get off the pitch!" And I thought, oh, am I not allowed on? And yeah, since that day of looking an absolute wally, I have never touched a blade of grass on a pitch again. And it makes me cringe when you see some guys go on the pitch. It's like, get your foot off the pitch. The groundsman's nurtured this grass all week. And yeah, so with this one, I literally leant across and put it on the poles that hold up the nets, and it made a nice enough backdrop, and it was red, so that was good because Rotherham's all red. And then I just put my 70 to 200 right on the floor, and the great thing on the R3 is it's got the retractable screen, so I turned that round, composed my shot, 2.8, lovely depth, and yeah, it really emphasises the match day programme. So yeah, but God, I've never spoke about a shot on a match day programme so much, but yeah, quite like this anyway. And then up into the stands with my widey, and some nice cloud formations. And you've got, like I said last week, it's great when you've got lettering on the seats. You can really compose your image and make the most of that. So yeah, up into the stands. And then they've got Millers as well. Their nickname is Millers, and they've got that, so couldn't resist that. I had to get that with them nice cloud formations, so that was nice. And then just turned around and got a closer up angle, a sort of quarter angle of the corner flag and the corner area of the pitch, and that RUFC, which makes a nice shot. And again, they can use this, whoever wants to use it, with a bit of text top and bottom or whatever, you know. So yeah, back outside, got the players arriving and just signing some autographs for the fans. Then Steve Evans, the Rotherham boss, arrives. Now, he's been in the news this week. I'm not exactly sure, I haven't really researched it, but I know that he didn't shake hands the previous week at the game, and I think he was in trouble, or he said something. I'm not quite sure how it's been documented, but I was keen to get quite a lot of Steve Evans, right from coming in the ground and then all the way through the game. And unfortunately, he didn't come out. You'll see he's hardly, I don't think I've got one image of him on the touchline shouting or screaming. And when he did, he was facing the wrong way, so he stayed on the bench a lot. I think he's the head coach, the player coach, something like that, Paul Rayner. he was doing most of the shouting and giving out instruction, which I did get some nice stuff of him, you'll see in a minute. But yeah, followed Steve Evans in, some nice stuff of him doing posing with some young fans and signing shirts, same lad again, look. And then back to the ground a bit, and I quite like this. I love stuff like this, sort of abstracty stuff. What is he thinking? And I did have a nice chat with him afterwards, and he was asking all sorts of questions, but he was just stood there and just looking, and I was thinking, what are you thinking? I mean, if a picture it speaks 1,000 words, that has he had a bad week at work and he can't wait to get in the game, or is he thinking about the team and who's going to be playing, or thinking about last season, or thinking about stuff at home, or just escaping? And he was just having 5 minutes there, and this is obviously on the 70-200, zoomed right in, and I say he did catch me in the end looking, and you can't beat it when you get a nice natural shot of this. So yeah, I love doing fans outside. You can really make the most of it, And then just some Blackburn Rovers fans walking in, and then some Rotherham fans. Quite like the way this is quite balanced, and he was obviously putting the world to rights, talking to, I don't know if it's his son or just a friend, but yeah, he was putting the world to rights, so that was good as they made their way to the ground. These four, obviously, I think the family just sat outside the family enclosure, outside the fan zone. They were having a bit of a laugh and a giggle. Not the neatest and nicest of backdrops, but you can see that it's the fan zone, so thought I wanted to go a bit further round to get rid of that car and these people and the brick wall, but there was a flipping tree here, so it didn't really work, but I sent it off anyway. They're having a good giggle. And then back outside and just got some more fans come in. These two just waiting for the turnstiles to open, and that's how I caption it. Rotherham fans wait outside the ground for the turnstiles to open, anything like that, or check. He's looking at his phone. Look, 9 times out of 10, fans are always looking at their phone, but I quite like this with the railings and the nice green backdrop, and that was good. And now then, Matt Taylor used to be boss of Rotherham, so it was a return for Matt Taylor, bit of a story, and so got him coming off the coach, and then the Blackburn players followed him up and signed 1 or 2 autographs, and then back inside, just a bit more of Matty Taylor, and just to get a few different gauges of him, looking back round and obviously thinking what used to be, and is he going to win today's game? And some of the players just having a smile. And I'll tell you what was quite prominent at Rotherham, there was high vis everywhere. So annoying. I'm sure you guys experience it as well. Bloody high vis. But anyway, it's part of the game now, isn't it? It's part of the surroundings. But then I went back up just to try and get a bit of a nice green backdrop. That annoys me a bit, but it is what it is, and it's there. And I was waiting for these two to move over a bit, but they never did. So I just took that. And there's a lot of backs. I'm not keen on backs, but when it's just a group, and I've just put gather on the pitch, inspecting the pitch sort of thing, and he's obviously on his own look. But yeah, setting the scene. And what about this? I couldn't believe it. I had to stop and capture this. He was absolutely fast asleep. And I think I captioned it. Rotherham fan takes to his seat early and has a quick nap, something like that. But yeah, he was well gone, and there was some guys around him laughing, and obviously they spotted me taking a picture of him. But yeah, he was definitely having 40 winks before kick-off, which was hilarious. And then this guy, I think he was just above him, and he was having a laugh, and then he sat down again and just got on his phone, and just nice to capture that with all the empty seats around him. This is on the widey, obviously, and again on the I got the widey on the R5, tilted the screen, literally held it on the floor, got my focus point, and just fired away. And this one seemed quite nice and balanced, and yeah, my focus point was fairly central, and I've just cropped it in a little bit. That was actually the centre of the frame, so yeah, thought that worked quite well. And just of Rotherham warming up, and then a bit more warm up. Bit of the ball again, keep capturing that ball in different guises, and it's got RUFC on this time, so I thought I'd capture that. And then Steve Evans came out, and he had a selfie with one of the fans. I quite like his hat. I think he must know him because they're having a good chat after. And then, like I said, plenty of Steve Evans. Penny for your thoughts there, and applauding the fans, and then just a bit more reaction. Matty Taylor, and look, flipping high vis again. But I did try moving around, but there was more high vis here. They were all over the shop. But yeah, and all through the game as well, behind Matty Taylor, they seemed to gather around here in this far corner. But just one of Matty Taylor checking his watch. And then we're off, trying to get some of the referee nice and early. And just a bit abstract of a throw-in, and I quite like the depth on this one, so sent that one off. and a bit of action, and I was willing it to be a goal. But to be fair, the Chesterfield keeper did keep them in the game first half, and quite like this one, he's jumping up for the ball. And this incidentally is on the 1.6 crop on the 400, and you can still see it's plenty good enough quality to use. And look, another high vis. But yeah, quite like that one. He sort of spun and turned on the ball and won it off this player. So I just thought I'd send that in. Not the cleanest of backdrops, but... And then always keeping an eye on the fans, trying to get a bit of reaction, and he was getting a bit anxious because I think their shots kept getting saved, and he was like, blur me in heck. But yeah, lots of them here all watching, look, and just... Look, it just... I think I captioned it, fans looking anxious, something like that. But made a great save here, the Chesterfield keeper. Nice volley here from, is it Humphreys or I think it's Humphreys. Yeah, he made a good save there, and then another good save here off Nombe, and yeah, really did keep him in the game. He did, and just a bit more action here. That was a free kick. I think he won a foul. This is Paul Rayner getting quite animated on the line, so I've filled my boots with him and got plenty of him. Because Steve Evans, he didn't get up at all much, and. Well, I think we're well into the second half now. Yeah, we are, look, well into the second half. Substitutions, you never know if he's injured or if he took a knock or if he's going to be a story. So always capture the substitutions. Could go with a story, you never know. And a bit of defending here from the Chesterfield player, quite like that. Again, not the best backdrop, and this end of the stand was all empty, but it was all right. Bit more the ref. And he looks vicious, doesn't he? And I do like his tats. I was hoping he was going to come close to me and get some close-up of his tattoos, but he never did because he's got them right round his neck here. But he never did, unfortunately. But headed over the bar late on. What time's this? 4:25. Look, 20 minutes to go. He put his header over the bar. I thought it was going in. I thought, yes, no. And yeah, it was just poor quality finishing, really. Chesterfield keeper here again. Number 9, can't remember his name. Yeah, the guy with the tats, he did a lovely little back heel, and I thought he was going to score, and I thought, oh no, through the net, but he didn't. But anyway, the keeper saved it, and I sent that. It's not 100% sharp, but this is what? This is 1/2 now, so sort of 12-13 minutes to go till full time, and he's still keeping it out. We had a great game, really, and bit of interaction with the referee. Always good to get that, because usually they're getting stick, aren't they? So bit of smiling, a bit of jovialness here, so I did quite like that one. Then he got subbed, and not sure what he was saying to the coach, but he was sort of not comforting him, but obviously explaining why he'd brought him off, I suppose. But you never know, that could be a story. Got brought off because of, at the time, you don't know, so sent that one off. And then there's their keeper, Chesterfield keeper. He had a cracking game, so I just wanted to get a portrait shot of him if I could, just to go with any sort of story, you know, especially when he was rubbing his hands, his keeper gloves together, so quite like that one. Backdrop's not great, is it? But bit of argy-bargy going on. I think this was a rather... He's obviously getting quite animated, and you'll see in a bit he was getting quite dejected as well, and he was calling the shots on a Rotherham corner, but nothing came of it, obviously. I've been wanting this for a while, and it's not great because you can't see much spray coming out of it, but I've always wanted to get one of the ref marking a line for a free kick, and it's sort of there, but what makes it is his whistle hanging down, which I quite like, and obviously the black boot, black socks, so you know who it is, obviously, but yeah, quite like that one. But I shall try and get another one. That's my quest for this season, to get a nice spray of foam coming out, but it just depends where they are. You can't really zoom in too far. There he is, look, quite dejected, and more high vis, look, they were absolutely everywhere, like I've been saying. And that's it, full time, and I was keen to see if he was going to shake hands, Steve Evans, with Matty Taylor, and he did shake hands, so obviously had a bit of a telling off, and you've got to shake hands at the end at full time. So yeah, he shook hands with Matty Taylor, which was good, so got that. And then they went on the pitch, Steve Evans and Paul Rayner, and giving the referee a bit of stick. It was quite a heated game, there was quite a few yellow cards, but yeah, he was giving the ref a bit of stick, and he just walked off, look, and went, oh, shush. And he's obviously getting quite angst here, look, and Paul Rayner's listening to him, but he just walked off, and I think he's actually saying shush there or something like that. Looks like it, doesn't it? And yeah, and just Evans to finish off, applauding the fans, and then walking off looking a little bit dejected, you might say. And that's it. So 0-0, ball draw. A little bit of action as you've seen, but It's all about getting your eye in and keeping your eye in, and whether it's 0-0 or 3-3, you've got to keep pushing them images out, just looking for new stuff, and yeah. We'll see what this weekend brings. So it is, I'm at Bradford versus Bromley. Bradford-Bromley. So not shot at Bradford before, so that'll be another good ground to work at. And yeah, fingers crossed for a few goals. But anyway, let me know where you are, guys, in the comments below or on the Facebook group, Photography Chat. And if you're not on it yet, come and join us. Plenty of images being sent in, and it was World Photography Day back on Monday, and there was some cracking pictures put on there. I just put on there, you know, send your favourite image ever, with it being World Photography Day, and yeah, there was some great stuff on there. So if you're not on the Photography Chat group yet on Facebook, come and join us, and yeah, it'd be great to see you, and post with your work, whether it's sport, landscapes, I've said it before, motorsport, wildlife, portraiture, whatever. We like to see it all, and it's good to see someone else's perspective on photography and what you get up to. So yeah, anyway, let me know how you get on this weekend, guys, or let me know where you're going this weekend in the comments below. If you can remember to give the video a like, that'd be much appreciated, and do subscribe if you haven't to see more of the same content. Have a great weekend. Catch up next week. Job's a good one.